Hello, darlings. Gather round me, everybody, to the day. Cheers, darling. Let's unpack everything. All of it. We have a lot to unpack. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. My name is Alana, and if you're new here, welcome to my Renaissance era. I'm a Miami-based lifestyle creator. I solo travel. I'm obsessed with wellness. I'm gluten-free. I'm married and fiercely independent. And I document all of it here every week. You all have been asking me so many questions, especially about how I do it as a married woman. So today, I'm sitting down and answering all of it. Honestly, no filter. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your wine, and let's get into it. Okay, question number 1. How do you travel solo while being married? And does your husband actually support it? This is a fabulous question. I travel solo while being married because it was very important at the beginning of my relationship with my husband to establish my need for independence. I have an age gap with my husband and I'm the younger person in the relationship, and I just knew that I was still going to be growing a lot, had a lot of more things to look forward to in my life that I had yet to accomplish. I think a lot of fulfillment comes out of maintaining your own identity and not being completely lost in the relationship, the marriage, or what have you. So I've always maintained my independence in my marriage because I made that a conversation up front. And as far as the support goes, that's one thing that I can honestly say has been tried and true throughout my marriage and my relationship with my husband is he's extremely supportive. For example, when I come home, my YouTube videos are playing on our TV. He's constantly telling me when I wanted to get certified in yoga, he was like, go do it. He supported that up front and he continues to support it throughout our marriage. So it's been a constant thing, but it's because it was a standard that I set from the beginning. And that's very important to me because I'm an only child. So I've just always been a kind of strong-willed, independent person. So to have someone love me and to support that has been priceless. Question number 2, were you scared to go alone for the first time? I think I had fear when I mentally had to accept that I was going alone for the first time. But once I mentally accepted it, I metabolized it and I was like, okay, this is what's happening. Yeah, I feel like I maybe had fear for like that first split second where it's just like, should I just cancel it or not? And my husband was like, you should go. Like, you already bought your flights. You already have this thing mapped out. You already have your PTO. Like, you should go. The fear went away. And secret sauce, ChatGPT. ChatGPT helped me so much plan my trip out. It's crazy. It helped me plan the best neighborhoods to stay in, how many days I should stay in each location, what my transitions will look like. Like, ChatGPT was literally my travel partner. That was also why I didn't feel afraid because there were so many things that were mapped out, so many plan B's, plan C's. I was completely fine. And once I got there, I easily got back into my groove because I'm an only child and I've spent so much time alone with myself in my lifetime that it was just like riding a bike. I was like, oh yeah, that's how we navigate through the world all alone. So it was fine. Like I said, original fear, a little panic when I realized, oh, I'm actually doing this alone. And then once I accepted my fate, I free fell into the universe and like, boom, now I'm this whole new person. Question number 3. Did you feel safe traveling alone as a Black woman in Europe? Yes, ma'am. And I will tell you why I felt safe as a Black woman traveling alone in Europe. I am well traveled enough to understand how I should travel and how I should present in different spaces. It's like read the room, right? Like, know your audience, know where you're going. And so for one, whenever I travel, especially when I'm not with my husband, I always have minimal jewelry. Like all this, no. I very much keep my wits about me. And again, I've lived in major big cities before, New York, Chicago, by myself, single woman, and I was fine. I gratefully never got robbed or harassed. So again, when I'm out traveling, I don't wear jewelry. Sometimes I might even wear a band on my ring finger. I'm not wearing anything flashy because I don't want to draw attention. Shameless plug, if you saw my bag review, I have the Bottega dupe on my trip because I'm very much about keeping a low profile. I'm 5'8", I have big hair, I'm very statuesque, I'm not a petite person at all whatsoever. So I stand out everywhere that I go without trying to draw attention. And that's also why if you go back to my solo travel vlog, I was in a lot of blacks, a lot of neutrals, reds, just like trying to, not do too much. But luckily, I also traveled to very safe places. Amsterdam's a very, very safe place. Not a lot of crime, especially where I stayed. I did my research. I was in great solo travel areas for women, and I made sure I did my research by using ChatGPT. Greece, I definitely made sure I stayed in a great neighborhood. I kept a low profile. I was not flashy, did not wear a lot of jewelry, kept it very neutral. I always had my sunglasses, which are like my invisible cloak, I like to call them. You could see them in the solo travel vlog, the black ones. My beautiful Saint Laurent glasses that I got, wore them in Paris, and they just let me, blend in. I even had one of the waiters come in and tell me, like, oh my god, like, you look so like superstar incognito, and then you take them off, you kind of present yourself to the world. And I'm like, that is intentional. So no, I didn't feel unsafe. I always walked as if I knew where I was going, because for the most part I did. And when I didn't, the thing is, you just got to act natural and normal. I learned this living in big cities. Don't walk around like, oh my god, like, look at your phone, but keep a straight face, know where you're going, be intentional. I did not pull my camera out very much. Like, in Amsterdam, I felt very safe, so eventually I felt fine walking around with it, but I very much read the room and felt around the environment to make sure that it was okay. In Greece, it was a little bit more, I would say a little bit more raw there, and so I only pulled out my camera when I was on tours with people, so there were a lot of people around me. I didn't feel like I could be targeted or potentially robbed or anything like that. And then Paris, I've gone there enough. I know how to move. I know there's a lot of pickpocketers there. Fortunately, I never felt unsafe, and I'm so grateful for that. And of course, I always say my prayers and my blessings and like, God, lead the way for me, protect me, make sure things go well. I always have my like mantras, my prayers, my meditations, all these things to help like energetically encapsulate me with protection from negativity. So that's my key to traveling solo. The key to moving through the world as a solo woman, period, is just like cloaking myself with this armor, this invisibility cloak, that I am protected, and moving forward without fear. What was the hardest part of traveling solo? I think just getting my itinerary together. Once I got my itinerary together, it was fine. Like, everything was fine. Hotels were fab, food, I know how to navigate in those cities. I can also eat gluten over there. Watch the solo vlog. I have a whole little rant about eating gluten-free in Europe. Honestly, the hardest part about traveling solo is, like I referenced earlier, just the mental shift to accepting that this was my fate. Question number 5. Did you ever feel lonely? Not at all. It was about 10 days. Never felt lonely. I'm my own best friend. Love my company. Question number 6. How did solo travel actually change you? Like, really change you? And I have to say, I have been reborn. I've been reborn, darling. It completely changed me, because on my solo trip, I just realized how magnetic I was. I know that I'm attractive in a particular sense, but to be attractive in a sense that where you walk in the room, everywhere you go, you're going to 3 different countries, and with ease, you are met with grace, you are met with conversation, you are met with people who want to continue to engage, who want to meet up with you later. It's just reconnecting with myself and just remembering how amazing I am, how fun I am to be around, and just how lovely I am. And this was just like a re-immersion of myself, a rediscovery, and I've just been taking that energy and running with it ever since. Okay, this is our last and final question. What would you tell a woman who wants to travel solo but is scared to take the first step? Honestly, do it. But first, do your research. Keep your wits about you. Research the best area for a solo traveling female. That's where I started. That's how I was able to understand what hotels to book. From there, I started to plan my excursions, my interests, my tickets to the Van Gogh Museum, to the Rijksmuseum, to cook off, to see the tulips. So I would say go for it, but start with the research. Where would you like to go? How long would you like to be there? What is the experience that you want to have when you're there? Because the beautiful thing about solo traveling is you will also meet other solo travelers, and you will connect, and you will realize it's not that rare. A lot of people all over the place are doing it, and there's a huge community for you out there. If you're ready to rediscover yourself, or to learn who you could be on the other side of something a little bit scarier, life altering. I took one trip alone and came home a completely different woman. Everything you've seen lately on this channel has sprung from that one decision. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. New videos every Sunday. Subscribe and come be in the room. Welcome to my Renaissance era.